What up, y'all? Back again with some Black Thought. I ain't giving y'all rhymes, but I'm hopefully help you not waste your time. You feel me? I'm gonna be running through these December heretics because I ain't done them yet. It won't be too distracting, so I'll be talking about what I think about Rem and Machina upcoming on Global. Uh, this is not a poll guide. It's just my thoughts as a JP player observing. So let's go ahead and get started. You know the usual. I do good, bad, perception at the time, and what I'm going to be doing. Let me just find my synergy so I can kind of doze off while I do this. Been farming on my characters now that double cycles are back up. Bring them back in global, please. We need them. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's get started. So, Rem, good and bad. Her rework, baller. Free turn on swap. Aura on, shout out to Infighter. Aura on her heal skill. I don't remember how much attack aura is, but it's pretty good. I mean, that's really all she gets. And she gets a party battery on 65, I think, which is pretty good after the free skill on after using EX. That's pretty much it. Rem's pretty straightforward. She works at 0 out of 3. I know Infighter. Shout out to Infighter again, my boy. He used her at 0 out of 3 for a while, even though he's supposedly a Type 0 fan. Looking real fake out here. I don't know how I took him so long. That's crazy. But jokes aside, yes, I mean, she's just good support. Low investment capability. Seems pretty good on paper. I mean, you can't go wrong with Rem. Machina, he's a straight up DPS. He's got a bunch of free turns. I jokingly called him, what's it called? I think I called him DPS Ramza, which really is a horrible comparison, honestly. But every other turn, oh, what is this boss? Oh, this is the Golbez boss. Well then. Ignore me. So he gets, after using his Awakening skill, I think it is, he gets a free turn every other HP plus, which is pretty sick. So he's pretty much an HP plus machine. And it's got high turn rate, so he'll just be taking a lot of turns in a row, but for half the turn cost. And you can abuse that swapping him with Rem, which is pretty much what that fight is designed around. And he's got a counter for whatever reason, and bravery refund on skill 2, I think it is. I wanna put a disclaimer here. I did not have either of them in JP. I skipped them both because I never played Type 0 and I didn't care. I mean, Machina's got Levi's voice actor from Attack on Titan, which is pretty dope. But, you know, I didn't care, and I was new at the time. I didn't need him. I had Agrius, right? Anyways, now into the negatives. Rem's only Brave Shave is on her EX, and even though it does come up often, that is something to consider. Aside from that, Rem is a non-existent. What's it called? She does have a party battery on 65, but if you don't abuse that with the free turn, it's not exactly reliable. Otherwise, you just swap it. You feel me? So I mean, other than that, I mean that's pretty much Rem in a nutshell. She didn't change that much. I mean, the free turn on turn swap is the big thing. Other than that, it's just straight up Rem. You feel me? Machina downsides, he's just DPS. I mean, he hits hard, he's got his free turns, but he's just DPS. He doesn't do anything for the party. So if you're not feeling the need for much DPS, I mean, he might eat a hole in your roster depending on how you got it set up, but that's not a big deal. This video isn't going to be too long because I ain't had them, so I ain't got much to say. But, onwards we march. I think the important part that I can give in a lot of these videos is talking about the perception of the characters at the time and how they were used, how I saw them used. How long I saw them last. So let's start with Rem. I saw Rem last pretty much infinitely. I know, shout out to Infighter again. He used her forever and ever. Even when she was 0 out of 3. He was just killing the game with her. So I know she's reliable and has some good longevity. I mean, it's kind of real. The biggest downside to Rem is probably her low max brave, which isn't really an issue because you got supports that can kind of get around that. But yeah, I mean, you can throw her in any team basically, because her EX hits decently hard enough, and if you're using it, you're probably batteried at the time, so you're probably hitting max AoE anyways, if we're being real. Machina, on the other hand, since I've been saying he's just standard DPS with free turns, he was used, and I'm sure you can get a lot of use out of him, because probably the era that I define as mid chaos, which would be, wow, I gotta order flowers from my grandmother. Didn't recording videos instead. That's crazy. I define the era of mid chaos as about probably starting from Machina onwards to Arciela, if we're being real. I say Arciela was a stage where the creep really started setting in a different way. And it's probably going to be this quote-unquote late chaos era till like anniversary where the new difficulty comes, but that's a different subject for a different video. But I'd say Machina, you probably get a couple months use out of him at most. He was a good pick for early FEOD, early Dimensions End, whatever you want to call it. Especially stage 4, which is pure single target battles, which Machina loves, because he can just spam the life out of his HP plus. But that's not to say he wasn't used in the first stage or the 5th stage or any of them, really. I mean, he's a solid pick. If you need some physical DPS that isn't Cloud, he's a safe choice. We joked about him in Discord, really, but I think, oh yeah, ingots for both of them. Let me go over that right quick. Machina, he is not exempt to the rule. 3 out of 3 or nothing. Don't go halfway. If you give him 2, why not just give him 3 at that point? You need him to hit hard. If you're giving him 1, I mean, he's going to do damage, but his EX damage is going to suck. So, I mean, once you start going in on ingots with somebody, you need to go all the way. And I'm going to do a separate video on that, ranting about that as well. But Rem, on the other hand, you can leave her at whatever you want, really. And that'll segue perfectly into what I'm doing in Global. So like I said, I have no interest in Type 0, really. I mean, I think Ace is pretty fresh. But I'm not super into the series. I mean, I'm trying to play it to get into it, but that's another story. So I'm skipping this banner. I already had Rem because I thought her kit was sick, so I pulled on what was it, the 7 banner and got her way back. So I'm chilling for now, and I'm gonna be leaving Rem at 0 out of 3 just because I'm trying to build lock this month. I mean, the event should be pretty simple for me. I'm gonna be trying out some different compositions. I'm excited to use Rem with her rework because I never got the chance over in this version. Like I said, I mean, her the Lost Chapter Machina banner is up right now, but I am in horde mode. Honestly, not gonna lie, I'm waiting for Cloud Burst, and I don't feel a need to pull right now. So yeah, I think I got all my thoughts out of the way. That was pretty quick. I don't have much to say. It's a pretty straightforward banner. Shout out to Tomberry Troop. Read the infographics. They do their research. If you need an answer to should I pull, you are grown. Look at your roster. Figure out if you need them. Control your pulling addiction. And remember, everyone is skippable and no one is necessary. If there's anything you take away from these videos, learn that. And if you go on the internet looking for a should you pull, you're gonna get brought down the wrong hole. You don't want to do that. Learning how to play the game and learning how to learn is the best strategy you can do. I'm gonna say this every video, so y'all don't forget. All right, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for listening to me ramble about these characters right quick. Peace.